they want some. They have.
So Primal Force. How good is
that
this?
makes the enemy lose a massive amount of strength. And this turn is played one additional time. That version of the card is kind of okay. 1-2 Punch Plus is much better than are meaningful or helpful. Zero cost do big damage to all enemies, as long as you've exhausted at least 3 cards, which is not that hard to do. I think this card is quite excellent. The condition does make it not universally amazing. It's not that good on turn 1, which is the main problem. You want a card like this to be good on turn 1, but it's not good on turn 1. But it is really good if you thin the deck. Like this is partially a card that you're intended to exhaust kind of everything else, and then you can play this every single turn. Or you can
help.
play
Sorry.
turn, you can draw back into it.
Even if you can't do that, as long as you can. Just exhaust 3 cards. This
What to do, especially if you're playing on a session 5 or up, with the Ascender's Bane being one of your 3 exhausts potentially. Ungood Bunga. Primal Force is here. Primal Force says, your attacks into a Giant Rock, or a Giant Rock Plus, with the Giant Rock itself saying 1 cost deals 16 damage. Upgraded Rock is 20 damage. This is a weird card. It's a very weird card. I like this card a lot on floor 1. Because turning your strikes into rocks means you can just absolutely destroy early game combat. It's super hard. The problem with Primal Force, though, is it doesn't really work with anything. There's no synergies with other cards that are meaningful or helpful. It's hard to incorporate this into a deck in a way that works. You can think of it as working with Thrash, but if you actually work through it, it's a little bit more awkward than that, right? Because if you have Primal Force and Thrash in your hands, then playing Primal Force will turn Thrash into a rock and get rid of it. If you play Thrash first, then you exhaust a non-rock card, which then can't be turned into a rock. So you have to draw Primal Force with a rock, with a non-rock card, turn it into a rock, then draw Thrash alongside that rock, play the Thrash, then draw back into the Thrash and play it again to benefit from the damage boost of the rock. That is too many steps to be a good plan. So I would not call this good with Thrash at all, because there are just too many steps involved to actually make it work, and they don't work if you draw them together. So I don't think this works with Thrash. I don't think this works with anything. But it is really good on floor 1. You can just block stuff. The main synergy here is like vulnerable. You guys vulnerable, draw a lot of cards, play rocks. I think that works decently, but it doesn't feel like an exceptional plan on its own. So I think this ranks in B tier for me.
So it's not floor one. So I want to dark embrace and aggression.
Activation of self-damage effects, and so broadly applicable, and so second wind as well. Just card is exhausted, you draw a card. You upgrade it. Dark Embrace. One of my favorite cards from the first game. When a card is exhausted, you draw a card. That is a lot of card draw, especially for 1 energy on the upgrade. It has some competition with Vicious as a card draw power, but it's still crazy good, especially with something like Fiend Fire or Stoke. Any card that exhausts multiple cards, second wind as well, just becomes absolutely bonkers with Dark Embrace. This also works really well with enemies that add exhaustive statuses to your deck, like the Entomancer or the Aeon Blast. I put this in X, right alongside Vicious. Both card draw powers are very good on Clad. The main benefit is that, of course, with all that card draw, you can start exploiting either cards that make energy or cards that scale with the number of cards in your hands, both of which Clad has an abundance of.
Aggression.
Some really nice area that if you're paying 3 energy per barricade in your attacks, comments here, I'll scroll through so you can see all the cards here. Only 1 D tier card so far, Havoc, I think is clearly worse than everything else. Pretty much everything else we've ranked so far has at least some use and is takeable under some conditions. Alright, let's rank Aggression. First of the rare cards here. Aggression says, start your turn, put a random attack from the discard pile into your hand and upgrade it. I like to think of this as draw 1 per turn, except it's an attack always. Which can be quite nice because it can help you set up things like Expect a Fight. This is part of the reason I rank Rage so highly. It's a lot easier to get more attacks in your hand at the same time. This card works better if you can control what it's going to get you by exhausting your attacks. I think this has particularly good synergy with Thrash, which is a card we've mentioned a lot, but we have yet to see. It's going to be one of the last cards we rank because it's alphabetically low and it's rare. So yeah, it's one of Thrash's best friends. It's effectively 1 draw per turn. The upgrade to innate is a little bit disappointing, perhaps.
Really?
We haven't talked much about the fact that it upgrades. I don't think that's extremely relevant, but it is nice if you're having unupdated attacks in the deck. If you have aggression, that means you can maybe focus on upgrading your other cards and then let the aggression upgrade your attacks, which is quite nice. But just for being a draw 1 per turn power, I think aggression is going in A tier.
Okay.
Or below, or maybe above Battle Trance. I put it above Battle Trance. I think it's a great power. Very affordable at 1 cost. You know what's not affordable is Barricade. Barricade has an awesome effect. You don't lose your block from turn to turn, but it's freaking expensive. 3 cost is a lot. And the big problem with Barricade is that if you're paying 3 energy per barricade, it means you're not blocking. And then if you're not blocking, then you're not retaining your block. So how do you Barricade? Barricade is a card that does not work in the starting deck, but it does work with a whole bunch of other junk.
Okay, so given all that info dumping, right back where we started, where I think I'm taking aggression. It starts fine. Dark Embrace is just not that good right now. Just okay. Unga Bunga is kind of limited in where it's going to go, so I'm taking aggression. Also upgrade stuff. That's nice. So we've got Crab. This guy's actually pretty scary. I haven't fought him in a long time, actually. This guy's better. 3 + 2 + 1. versus 3 plus 1 plus 1. So this path. My buddy, relax. Upgrade 5 cards. And relax is bloody crazy. Draw a bunch of cards. Relax is a great block plan. I wonder if these are going to get whenever. I think so. I think, yeah. Yeah. Mantis Bro. I wish I had an energy relic though. Okay, this man, this is Thieving Hopper. So next turn, not attacking me. So I'm attacking him next turn. Defend and could be this. No, yeah. Or I can't do that. Taking 11. I guess I bring pillage back. Or I aggress. Yeah, aggress is better. That's a shame. It's ready 21 next turn. I can't hit him 5 times. This could help me hit him 5 times. Could be this. Yeah, I could maybe hit him 5 times actually. It's sort of a weird move, but ugh, one off. don't need that. I don't. Just bashing? That sort of sucks. Oh, I should have stopped. Maybe. Is he gonna lose a turn? Okay, he loses a turn. Good. It's good he loses a turn. Okay. $18 plus 13. Shit. Eighteen plus 18 plus 6. That's lethal. But barely. Yeah. Wow. So I paid 13 health for, or 12 health for dominate. Slightly better iron wave. Not really. I have now some better stuff to do.
Later on, cards that block.
Where did you put iron wave, buddy? It's probably a divisive card. Your early game-ish card. B. Look, this is a skip. Skip, I think, for me. It's crazy. This is crazy. I think it's a nuts card. I have some card draw, and I have some big cards. This is crazy good. This is okay. Don't want it. Let's make my deck better. Straight 2 strength. This is actually better if I upgrade it. Brilliant Flame. I would still take it. Let's see.
Unfortunately, it just seems like Plaid has better ways to gain strength, mostly dominate and fighting. give more strength faster, and or are reusable in a way that Flame is not. And so Flame I haven't found being very exciting. I think it goes in C tier for me, actually.
Wow. Savage. Okay, well, I'll take that under advisement. Since they exactly have Dominate. It is a strength payoff, and I'm a strength deck. Volley is basically Whirlwind. Let's see what he thinks about it versus Whirlwind.
Good enough for Whirlwind. It's a hard. It's gonna be Whirlwind.
Whirlwind's basically better
Deal damage to
Volley.
all enemies X times. This doesn't feel as exciting. I think as in the previous game, it's harder to get more energy and it's harder to get strength, and then still have energy for Whirlwind. It's also competing with some really nice area damage cards. I need to compete with Stomp, Ice, Leave. Though it has more competition. This is a really good target for enchantments. That's true. Yeah, enchantments make this really good, and it can be a really good payoff for a deck that can generate a lot of energy. But it also kind of doesn't do that much damage unless you upgrade it to be 8 instead of 5. For these reasons, I think it's maybe a high B or low A card. Let's put it in low A.
Alright, so let's write colorless cards. I'm gonna go ahead and put this into situational. Like, some are almost in this tier, but it can definitely play. Okay, thinking ahead, draw 2 cards, put 1 card from your hand. This is just a card you play every single turn, 1 energy, deal 11 or 14. Love this. Okay, Volley X. Deal 10 damage to a random enemy X times. X cost cards like this are a little weird. The main thing is that if you draw them in a hand where all the other cards are bad, you can play it, and then it does something. It plays well with like strength and some enchantments or something. But the fact that it's not AoE and like a smaller number, and you can't target this makes it a lot worse. Obviously it works for like Chemex or something, but for the most part I don't think I want this inside the early game. I want to target where my damage goes.
Interesting.
We'll put this above some of these things just because it's like early game damage output.
Alright, well, maybe we'll spend money on it. Sure. I'm not gonna buy a potion while I have the buckle. Can't kill any of these guys, so. I really wish I had energy. attacks. Take a little bit of damage. Or I take no damage. Can I take no damage? I take some damage. I mean, I can take no damage doing this, making them vulnerable. Making them vulnerable is sort of whatever. Take no damage with these guys. I'd love to play Stomp. What's this? Lets me play Not Yet also. There we go. Yeah. I should have bashed it. I should have bashed it. That is some sustain. Okay, blood wall. Another dominate. Blood wall. I don't know if I need more block. It's not bad. And I like that it's getting boosted, but I mean I have to relax. I want energy. 6-7 dominate seems good to me. I have a lot of upgrades I need, so armaments is good. I have plenty of sustain. That's good too. Just 4 strength a turn basically. Panic button's very good. It's probably panic button. What does my bro Japanese export think of panic button?
This turn. So the comparison to this in equity is obviously going to get made. This costing 1 energy is an upside. Don't think it's really playing all that often. I don't want to buy this just because it's like really slow. So the scaling and the flattening, I've never had this actually draw into this card. It is just -1 draw for like very little upside most of the time. And underestimate usage does not have this keyword at all. Just stupid. Be obviously a lot worse, but it kills Inspired 1. Silence with Bag of Crap of just all 1 cost. It can be funny, just like having it. Almost everyone now has AoE options, like Silent has.
I'm leaning towards panic button. I don't need prep time. It's fine, but I have real strength. I don't need vigor.
Card probably cannot practice very easily, but it is something that will help your early game if you think you can proc it reliably. From Meow, it's going to be mostly a brick, but it is a power and like a read. So it's not the hardest thing to carry, but I don't think characters need it as much. Almost everyone now has AoE options, like Silent has a lot more AoE cards that are pickable, and Daggers now, and Defect now has Blast Orbs, so it just feels less needed, but not as crazy as it was in Spire 1. I think we'll put this in like average. It can be like an actual damage engine later in the run, but it feels kind of bad. Okay. Panic button, 0 energy, gain 30 block. You cannot gain block from cards for 2 turns exhaust. So what this really reads is next turn you can't gain block because this counts the turn that you play it as the first turn. This is going to S tier. If you just think about inside of Act 1, how often you are going to take a hit that's like doing 20 damage to you. So you could block.
Works well with.
Like 2 defense and make no.
Works well with my other block card too. If I needed to block an insane amount of damage or something. Makes headbutts better. I really need energy. Now, good, okay. I wish this was upgraded. Oh, I don't have enough attacks. This headbutt, strike, stomp. Upgrade, relax, maybe? I can use this potion. But I'm almost here, so. I don't think I need it. Yeah. strike, I guess. Or stomp again. That's awkward. Maybe I should have armamented instead. That hurts. $12 plus 16. $12 plus 16 plus 4 plus 9. 41. Not enough. One left over for aggression. Alright, well, I'm taking damage. That's good. I'd like to pull my knot yet. Let's get him down to almost nothing first. Maybe I might not yet. There we go. Any attack. Oh, okay, sure. Go. Wait another turn. I know I'm going to draw an attack. Brilliant. Like this too, but it's everything I need basically.
I was a lot to complain about with this. Your desired outcome is going to make this card a bit of a hard sell. This can have especially disastrous consequences in the Kaiser round fight, because randomly playing an attack on claws and then fighting face that claw, which can actually increase damage or uptake. That said, the other problem with Stampede is that it's a 2-cost card, so it's a little bit hard to play, but you can at least upgrade it to negate that problem. So 2 layers of randomness aside, if you can control the parameters of Stampede, then it's actually not that bad. If you can exhaust the attacks in your hand such that it's play them, such that there's only one target, and say that target is the legend, then it's pretty cool. If you can consistently get this play 2-cost attack on targets, it's quite solid. So I think the top end on Stampede is pretty good. I'm going to just above Juggling your feet here. But it's another card that's kind of awkward to see with Sony deck. Alright, next up let's talk about Stomp. Well, then all enemies for 3 costs, which is terrible, but it gets 1 cheaper for each time you play. So if you play 3 strikes, you just play Stomp for 0 costs, deal 12 or 50 to home. This is an excellent card to add in early game. This is the area edge card you want to find on floor 1, not break codes this card. This is a good area card, but yes. The more attacks you have in the deck, the better it gets. It's very useful if you play for 1 cost. But if you consistently get 0 cost, it's incredible, although that's actually no trade. Sometimes you'll have to pay 2 or 3 for this, so it's really worth its ability to always test the enemies. I think you can rank this either bottom of an S or high A. I'm going to put a high A just below here, I think, sort of right here. It's also especially good if you can generate 3 attacks, like an attack potion or a crossbow up in Act 3 for tanks. Stone armor, so the replace what you got for the top size. You get 1 block return, but the block return goes down by 1 return. So it's already 4 upgrades to 6. I think the upgrade is a lot better. It's a pretty good card upgrade. Unupgraded, I'm not that big a fan. I think it's a very good card if you have plating from the Gorget already, and it's a good card in multiple copies. Because the plating decays at a rate of 1 per turn no matter what, the more plating you stack, the better it gets, basically. So, if you have other sources of plating for any reason, this gets a lot better. That said, it's not that exciting. I think this is an okay card in Underdogs Act 1, but I'm not usually leaping to take this card otherwise.
Interesting.
Doesn't feel like a C tier card to me. It's useful enough, consistently enough in the early game that I think it's probably a B tier.
Finally, I'm going to take armaments just because of the splash. Nice. Up himself next turn? Yeah. So I want to beat the shit out of them. Fight mode could be good. Bloodletting could be good. I think it's fight me probably. Attack basically. I have this, that's good. Any attack. Yeah. Brilliant. Alright, good deck. Anger. Oh, this is an interesting choice. Okay, I think I'm going to call it here. This is a skill. Dominate and relax, that's great. Oh, I'll pick this up later. But good. Good start to the run. Some exciting stuff. I fought Ento. So I've got Decimilla and the Triangle. Yeah, easy. Competitor Elite. Now I gotta build to beat the final boss. I think I'm killing elites. I gotta build my deck for the bosses.